thought that that was probably the most arrogant thing that you could say.
Best advice received from whom? For me, and I'll set you up on this one. It was there are so many from Coach Hogan, but with Hogan, it was, and I just talked about it a moment ago. I've been coaching for many, many years. You have to stop being a player.
Yeah.
You have to transition to being a coach. If you don't, you'll compete against your players, which I see it all the time. You see it in guys. And parents don't know how to put that into words. But another athlete, when he told it to me, I was like, oh, that's 100%. That's exactly what I'm doing. I didn't want to hear it because I was young and bullheaded. But best advice you got?
I feel like in my life, my desire to win and my drive was taken the wrong way. A lot of people might have taken it as being, and maybe it was the way I carried myself and have carried myself, is they took it as a little bit of arrogance. I didn't talk arrogance through my verbal cues. It was the way I carried myself, because I was so focused and so dedicated and so structured on where I wanted to go and what I wanted to be. I mean, like you said, and I do believe that. I wish I would have been a teenager. I wish I would have been a kid. I wish I would have stopped to smell the roses. I wish I would have enjoyed things instead of being that person. Majority of teams I played on, I was always the team captain. I was always the spokesperson. I was always the guy that everybody went to. And I think it had to do with my mom raising me to be that person, to be to be able to carry themselves and to be a survivor by themselves, because that's what she did. And I have something said to me that was said to me. He's passed away, by our former colonel of the Highway Patrol, David Brierton. He told me, he said, "Brannon, you're smart, you're educated, you're a good-looking guy, you're a go-getter, you're a hard worker, you're probably one of the best troopers that I've ever seen." He says, "But the one thing that you fail to realize is that at the end of the day, you're just a number." And at that time when he said it to me, I was a lieutenant on the Highway Patrol, and I thought that that was probably the most arrogant thing that you could say. Like, I'm making a difference. I'm here contributing. I'm out here saving lives, working towards helping people. I'm dedicating my time on these hurricane details, and when people have nothing, and handing out food and going in and providing safety and security. But as I got older and things happened, I took that more as, no matter how good you are, no matter what you do for people, you're always replaceable. And I think at times we forget that we can be replaced, because we think we're going to live to be this old person. Tomorrow's never promised. And as I got older and started thinking about that and started processing it, because I was very young. I was a very young lieutenant. And he was really talking to me more about, man, take time for yourself, slow down, realize that tomorrow's not promised, and, wake up and smell the roses.
Maybe lighten up
a
little.
Up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.